Hey everybody, welcome back to Everything Created. We are going rock shopping. The outdoor section here is very fun to hunt in, but you never know what you're going to find. There's lots of large raw stones, and these are all green moss agate, but again, they look better wet. But the inside, everything is clearly marked and clearly priced, but you can find some really incredible different stones out here and really good deals on some of them too. So this is why when you're shopping for rocks, you always bring a spray bottle. Because when it's wet, you can actually see what it would look like when it's polished. Here's an even better example of why you always bring a spray bottle. Outside haul so far.
And then I designed this building with a slanted roof so I could put solar collectors on for heating water. And there's a 17,000 gallon water tank, an insulated tank in the basement. And what we did is, as soon as the collectors heated up, it would turn a pump on, pump water to the top of the building, and it would trickle down and then run back into the basement. We heated the building for 10 years with nothing but sunshine.
What's your favorite rock here in your collection?
Oh goodness, I've got a lot of favorites. And opal has to be one of my top ones. So
that's a good favorite for anybody.
Fire agate, tiger eye, it's fantastic. There's so many good agates, you know. We use a lot of horn coral because this is local. Yeah, and I can draw you a map and you can go pick these up off the ground if you want to. We make carvings out of these. If you'd like to see me make one, well,
sure, go for it.
Take you through the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Nothing fancy water deals. So, I grew up in places. So by the time I finished high school, I had a pretty good education. That looks like on the inside. Okay, what we're going to do is take everything off of this that doesn't look like a mushroom. Yeah, these things are, if you know a nurse in the hospital, they can get you all those you want. Like my wife was in the hospital and they put that one in the wastebasket. I asked the lady if there's any problem with me taking them. She said, "Oh, do you want some more of them?" These are the older types that they used to use.
Oh wow.
But they don't use those anymore.
You just take off everything that doesn't look like the carving you want, huh?
Yeah.
You should just take off everything that doesn't look like the mushroom.
Yeah, that's the secret to carving. I knew some gemstone carvers that were world class. Their stuff was written up in books. And Mr. Harville, he was a pipeline welder, and he retired, and he took up gemstone carving, and he did a carving of the head of Man of War, which is a racehorse. And I'd met him at Wichita, Kansas, doing a show up there. We were selling equipment and supplies and what have you, had a booth. And we got to be friends. And next time I saw him was at Nashville at Fort Worth. And they had him sitting on a stool next to a showcase that had Man of War in it. And these two ladies came by and they were admiring it. And one of them said to the other one, says, I just can't imagine how anybody would do that. And they didn't realize he was the one that did it.
Wow.
He said, lady, there's nothing to it. You just take a block of jade that's big enough and you just take everything off of it that looks like a horse.
That is awesome.
Okay, we got our shape. This wheel is going to take off the rough places that the grinder made.
Okay.
What kind of work do you do?
Kind of starting to look like a morel mushroom already.
Well, it's got some color in it.
It does.
Once in a while, I find one of these that has red.
Really?
Yeah, there aren't very many of them. We'll turn that water off, and we'll turn this water on.
That one's working better.
Yeah. You're familiar with the Indian jewelry that the Zunis make, the petty points, turquoise. We get quite a few of those pieces in where they've lost a stone, and I'll have to cut them and polish them out, match the color and the shape, and some of them are like that long.
Well, this water jug on this side's not as stingy, is it?
I've lost 90% of my hearing in the military, so I didn't catch what you said.
This water jug here is not as stingy, is it?
No. I was shooting rockets, shoulder-held rockets at tanks at Fort Sill, and that's when I lost my hearing. The Veterans Administration does a nice job of compensation, and it helps. Not as good as being able to hear, though.
Do you use any kind of hearing aid or?
Yeah, I've got hearing aids. I didn't put them in this morning. They tell me they're $8,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're expensive ones. But there's not a whole lot to work with. This one has, we use the ZAM, the Focus base. I teach lapidary classes, and this is the first lesson is making one of these. So it teaches not only the steps from rough rock to polished gem, but it also teaches something about carving.
Oh, look at that. There's your finished product.
Just like that. You can
Wow.
see where the little animals lived. They secrete a shell.
So I decided to stay outside in the setting sun to show you all the rocks that I got from Windles. And you know, it was just one bag, so I was pretty impressed with myself. But this one is rutilated quartz, or possibly rose quartz. They were kind of a little bit in disagreement over what it was. But if it is rose quartz, it appears to also be rutilated, so I'll take it. And I don't know what this is, but it has a lot of copper in it, I'm assuming because of all the green and blue. I used a rock identifier app and it said chalcedony, but I don't really believe that. It feels too rough and heavy to me, so I'm thinking like copper ore or something. But I've got a nice little quartz cluster here. My wife wanted this one because she wants me to make another wedding ring for her out of it. It's an imperial jasper, and I don't know how strong that ring would be, but I would plan to try to resin coat it so it will be strong enough for, if not daily wear, at least for special occasions. I got sodalite, and I don't know what this is either for sure. I mean, it was one of the things that I grabbed outside, and the stuff that comes from outside there is not really marked at all, or very poorly marked. If it is, you just kind of have to dig, which is super fun, don't get me wrong, but it would be nice to know what everything is. But these red chunks that grow along the crystal here kind of make me think it might be some kind of garnet, but I'm not totally sure. And of course I had to buy the carving that Mr. Windle made on video, his mushroom, and I loved his advice of when doing carvings, you just take away everything that doesn't look like a mushroom. And these three things may not look like much of anything, but they are actually fire agates, which I can try to get a picture of fire agate put up on the screens. Appear to have a little bit of that fire agate flash inside of them, so I plan to run these over the tile saw and see if I can't get them cut open and show off some of that color. These also need to be either wet or cut open to be truly appreciated, but they are red carnelian agate. I showed one of these earlier in the video whenever I was talking about how it's good to bring a spray bottle to verify the colors of something. Followed Mr. Windle's professionally drawn map and found these. I only grabbed a couple. These are raw horn coral, which is what he carved this cute little mushroom out of. Well, imagine that coming from that. It's pretty cool.